These House of Mouse finales had hidden depths. Hi, I'm Emily from MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 real meanings behind Disney endings.
Sandy Plankton? Do you think I would cross the entire ocean and not know as much as Sandy Plankton? He was 150, not 100.
For this list, we're looking at Disney animated movies that have either ambiguous endings or ones that mean something completely different when viewed as an adult. Obviously, spoiler alert.
Now, let's go over it again, just so we got it straight. You didn't find anything?
Nope, just a lot of rocks, fish, little fish.
Number 10. Ralph Breaks the Internet. The first Wreck-It Ralph dealt with issues like identity and self-acceptance, and the sequel addressed similarly mature themes.
Ralph, what are you, nuts? Come on, this isn't me. This is me. Look, the code may say I'm a princess, but I know who I really am, Ralph. I'm a racer with the greatest superpower ever.
Ralph has settled into a new status quo and is loving life, but the same can't be said for his best friend Vanellope. She wants to grow and change, and Ralph's fear of being abandoned grows into a literal monster.
You need to let her go. I know. It's gonna hurt a little bit when you do. Oh, who am I kidding? It's gonna hurt a lot. But you're gonna be okay.
Ralph has to let go of his insecurities, as painful as it may be, and let his friend go. The film's final scenes illustrate that sometimes those we love may choose a different path than we do, and we need to accept that and realize it doesn't mean they love us any less. Number 9. The Rescuers Down Under. The Rescuers Down Under was a radical departure for Disney, as it was both the first sequel and abandoned Disney's signature musical format.
Blast! Oh my gosh! I hope I know what I'm doing.
This isn't the only way it was different, however, with the directors drawing inspiration from Hayao Miyazaki films for some of its most recognizable sequences. Like many of Miyazaki's films, The Rescuers Down Under ends with a message about the power of nature and how it needs to be protected. However, the message isn't as heavy-handed as in other 90s films such as 1992's Fern Gully: The Last Rainforest.
I will remember. Guys, things have got to change.
So for many young viewers, it was just a sequel movie set in Australia.
Well done, mate.
Number 8. Peter Pan. Peter Pan has become the poster child for those that refuse to grow up or let go of their childhoods.
I'm so glad you came back tonight. I might never have seen you.
Why?
Because I have to grow up tomorrow.
Grow up?
Some have even interpreted the meaning of the film as being that we lose our sense of imagination and wonder when we grow up. However, the truth is a little more complex.
Come on.
But where are we going?
To Neverland.
Neverland.
You'll never grow up there.
In the end, the Darlings choose to leave Neverland and the Lost Boys in order to grow up and return to their parents. While growing up and losing innocence is tragic, it's a difficult thing we all must do. And that struggle into adulthood makes us into fully formed people.
Neverland?
Yes, but I am. Ready to grow up.
Well, my dear, all in good time.
Number 7. The Little Mermaid. The film that ushered in the Disney Renaissance, The Little Mermaid began an unrivaled period of critical and commercial success for the animation studio.
No. Have you lost your senses completely? He's a human. You're a mermaid.
I don't care.
So help me, Ariel. I am going to get through to you.
Those that saw the classic film as children have re-examined it with a critical eye later in life. Some finding Ariel's character journey problematic, coming to the conclusion that Ariel sacrifices everything for a dreamy man.
Now, then, you're here because you have a thing for this human, this prince fellow. Not that I blame you. He is quite a catch, isn't he?
While the original ending of Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tale certainly seems to support that reading, director Ron Clements smartly adjusted the original story's ending where Ariel died to save the prince. With the new ending in the film, the story becomes a metaphor for discovering your own voice and following your dreams.
Oh, then I guess there's just one problem left.
And what's that, Your Majesty?
How much I'm going to miss her.
Number 6. Atlantis: The Lost Empire. While The Little Mermaid began the Disney Renaissance, Atlantis arrived just after the period of prosperity had come to a close, and was considered a box office disappointment and a critical flop.
I don't understand it. Just tuned this thing up this morning.
Over the years, however, Atlantis has earned a reputation as a cult classic, as its original audience that saw it as children came to understand the deeper themes associated with it, particularly its last act.
So, I guess this is how it ends, huh? Fine. You win. You're wiping out an entire civilization, but hey, you'll be rich.
While the highly motivated Rourke is seen as a positive figure through most of the film, his greed and corruption is revealed in the finale.
Ladies first.
You said we were in this together! You promised me a percentage!
Next time, get it in writing.
His traitorous turn and demise serve as an anti-capitalist and anti-imperialist commentary at the film's conclusion. Wonder why we didn't notice that as kids. Number 5. Coco. The initial version we hear of Remember Me and Coco is an upbeat, fun song, but one centered on its singer's Ernesto de la Cruz's vanity.
I want to be just like him.
Over the course of the film, the audience learns that De la Cruz murdered Hector, his partner, and Miguel's great-great-grandfather to steal his songs.
To our friendship, I would move heaven and earth for you, mi amigo. Salud!
Hector's original slower version of the song was written for his daughter Coco, and the song's new context gives the film a new perspective as well. The tear-inducing ending where Miguel plays the song to a now near-death Coco shows us that memory has true power. And rather than being shallowly adored by many, it's better to be truly loved and remembered by even just one person.
Remember me, don't let it make you cry, for even if I'm far away, I hold you in my heart. I sing a secret song to you each night we are apart.
Number 4. Finding Nemo. By the very nature of the film, Finding Nemo is sure to elicit different responses from children and their parents, with children relating to the lost Nemo and parents relating to Marlin.
There. It's okay, Daddy's here. Daddy's got you.
In fact, the film is much more of a cautionary tale for parents than children, as Marlin's overprotectiveness and tendency to shelter Nemo is what causes him to become lost in the first place.
Don't you dare! If you put one fin on that boat, are you listening to me? Don't touch the boat. Nemo!
In the end, Marlin learns not to be a helicopter parent, giving Nemo more freedom and trusting him, a lesson he learns from the absent-minded but empathetic Dory.
Love you, Dad.
I love you too, son.
Dad, you can let go now.
Sorry. Now go have an adventure.
Goodbye! See you later, dudes!
Bye, Elmo!
Nemo.
Nemo! Bye, Nemo!
Number 3. Up. For most of Up, we follow Carl Fredricksen attempting to bring his home, which represents his departed wife, to the beautiful Paradise Falls.
So long, boys! I'll send you a postcard from Paradise Falls.
Trying to honor her memory, and the promise that Carl and Ellie made when they were children, he even speaks to the house as if it were his wife.
Ellie is so beautiful. We made it.
Throughout the film, he goes out of his way to protect the items in his house, even abandoning his new friends to protect it. However, he can only truly honor Ellie by learning that friends are more important than possessions, and that our memories shouldn't stop us from moving forward.
I would like to award you the highest honor I can bestow. The Ellie Badge.
Number 2. Zootopia. Zootopia's incredible animation and adorable anthropomorphic animals made the movie a hit with both kids and parents. But it was also an allegory about racism and prejudice.
For whatever reason, they seem to be reverting back to their primitive, savage ways.
The film ends on a hopeful note, with the savage animals cured, and Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde working together. However, even though it's a happy ending, it doesn't mean that Zootopia is a perfect animal utopia. Prejudices don't change overnight, and the message is more about us being aware of them and doing our best to change them and bridge the divide.
But we have to try. So no matter what type of animal you are, from the biggest elephant to our first fox, I implore you, try. Try to make the world a better place.
Is your childhood ruined yet? You know, I never expected to dead set think that Peter Pan and Tinkerbell were the villains of the story, but here we are. Now let's take a look at some other Disney endings that need closer inspection.
Like I told y'all, kissing a princess breaks the spell.
Once you became my wife, that made you...
A princess. You just kissed yourself a princess.
And I'm about to do it again.
They're gifts to honor the Fall family.
The greatest gift and honor is having you for a daughter.
Forgive me for not understanding that you have always been one of us. Our family will look to you now.
No, Kerchak.
Take care of them. My son.
That's right. You've certainly proven your worth as far as I'm concerned. It's that law that's the problem.
Father?
Well, am I Sultan or am I Sultan? From this day forth, the princess shall marry whoever she deems worthy.
Are they gonna live happily ever after, Mama?
Of course, my dear. Of course.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Alice in Wonderland. This classic Disney film has been interpreted a number of ways over the years, with the "it's all just a dream" ending misread by many.
Why, that's me! I'm asleep! Alice, wake up! Please wake up, Alice! Alice!
While some have interpreted Alice's journey as an allegory for a hallucinogenic drug trip or devoid of meaning altogether, the movie actually dealt with Alice having to make her way through a world where nothing made sense and no one believed her.
I'm not a flower!
Aha! Just as I suspected.
She's nothing but a common mobile vulgaris.
Oh, no!
A common what?
To put it bluntly, a weed.
I'm not a weed.
Alice is able to wake from the absurd dream after standing up for herself when she's put on trial by the Mad Queen and wakes back up in the real world, having grown, in more ways than one, while in Wonderland.
Your Majesty. Your Majesty, indeed. Why, you're not a queen. You're just a fat, pompous, bad-tempered old tyrant.
So you mean to tell me that Alice in Wonderland isn't about unbirthdays, songs sung by flowers filled with puns, and that really tragic story about the oysters? Huh. Anyway, what did you think of the list? Hit that like button, subscribe to MsMojo, and check out this other great video.